I'm guessing that you would never buy a car sight unseen. Yet when it comes to purchasing car insurance, a large number of people have no idea what they're getting themselves into. As a certified civil trial attorney, I see an alarming number of clients who are injured in automobile accidents and should be eligible for large settlements for their pain and suffering. Yet they are forced to settle for a fraction of what they are entitled to because they inadvertently choose the wrong options in their automobile insurance coverage. In an effort to save money, they are taking the advice of their insurance companies or agents who clearly do not have their best interests in mind. Through no fault of their own, they allowed the insurance companies to dictate the terms of coverage to save a few dollars on their premiums. For instance, they can offer you a reduction in your premium if you select what is called a lawsuit limitation, thereby capping the amount of the settlement you may be entitled to. Or they lower your PIP limit, the amount you can collect for your medical expenses, to $15,000. So in New Jersey, it doesn't matter whose fault an accident is. If you're injured in an automobile accident, the rule of law is your own insurance company pays your medical bills. The standard selection for PIP in New Jersey is $250,000. So if you're injured in an accident, your own insurance company will pay your medical bills up to $250,000 if warranted. But what the insurance company does, without the knowledge of the consumer, is they lower the PIP limit to $15,000 in order to try and save the consumer a few dollars in premium. But what happens is then when the person is involved in an accident and their injuries are serious, they only have $15,000 to pay their medical bills. I had a client who sustained serious injuries in an automobile accident. The accident was the fault of the other driver. Very often in a case, what I can collect for a client is different than what the value of the client's injuries are. For example, if the person who caused the accident has a $100,000 insurance policy, but my client had neck surgery, for example, my client has a case that's worth far in excess of the $100,000. If the person they had the accident with does not have substantial assets, I can only collect $100,000 for that client, even though their case is worth more than the available coverage. Given her injuries and the disruption to her life, I probably could have gone to trial and won her a settlement of over $1 million. Yet because in her case, she selected a lawsuit limitation in her policy as a way of saving a few dollars, as suggested by her insurance agent, she was only able to collect the maximum amount of money, which under my example would be $100,000. You want to make sure that if you're involved in an accident with a person who doesn't have insurance, that your uninsured motorist policy protects you. Your liability limits should equal your uninsured motorist limits, or you could be out of luck. As a rule, I personally review all of my clients' automobile insurance policies to ensure that they are adequately protected should they need it. And as a service to the general public, I hold free, regularly scheduled seminars where I will evaluate attendees' policies personally. If you would like us to evaluate your policy to ensure that you have the protection you need, call my office to find out the date and location of our next seminar.
For more information, contact the law offices of Einhorn Barbarito